Well then, here I am, back for more Calamity mod, Death mode 1.4. While the spawn rate is so high, I don't like it. Like I said at the end of the last episode, I increased the size of the arena, and I put on platforms. I will still probably die. Ooh, nice tentacle spikes. I have no use for them, but I can still like the fact that I got them. So, yeah, that's that. But now it is time for another round at the Eater of Worlds. Maybe this time it will work. Yes! I finally managed to beat the boss. I would have not expected this fight to take so long. The recording is currently at 10 minutes. Just with this single boss fight and a little bit of intro at the beginning. But I finally managed to beat it. Now I collect the shadow scales because I maybe want to craft something with them. Well, actually I don't really have any use for them left, I think. I should get out of here. Well, the Void Vault and Void Bag could be nice. But for them I also have to beat Skeletron to get into the dungeon. But the other things, this could be helpful, or yeah, Demon Altar for my magical storage. But besides that, nothing really. I already have the Nightmare Pickaxe, so I don't really need that anymore. Ooh, Worm Scarf. I think I'll put it on instead of the Shackle. I'll give it either warding or silent. Warding, okay. And then, ooh, the merchant sells something new, but nothing I care about. Nice. The Dryad sells something new, but again, nothing I cared about. So, who cares? Just to be sure that I ain't missing some recipe or so that could be useful. I'll look through the magic storage after crafting a few more bars. And nope, ain't missing a thing. So now, I always forget that there's a full screen map button. I have never seen anybody. I again clicked out of the. I again clicked out of the game. Nice, but I have never really seen anybody use these buttons. But now, what's come next? The hive mind. Great, the next corruption boss. And for this one, I think I'll go to the surface. But I don't really need an arena for this one. It's not really that much dodging like that. It's a bit different from the way to dodge. At least in my opinion, that's how I feel. But, ooh, a meteorite has landed. Can I see it on the map? This is not the meteorite impact. So, priorities have changed. I'll go to the meteorite, get the ore, come back, see what I can craft with it. And then I'll go take on the hive mind. So, there's really only one thing I can craft using meteorite bars that is useful for me. And that is the meteor fist. Because, well, it's a rogue weapon, so that's what you'd expect. And I don't know, I guess I'll put the crystalline out of my hotbar. I don't want to fill up this slot with a weapon. That slot is reserved for random building blocks I currently need. Currently I need no building blocks, but it's reserved for building blocks I might need at that time. You know what I mean, I'm sure. But you will see me next when I am in the corruption, waiting for assist. Well, probably not waiting anymore and probably just standing right next to one. But that's when you will see me. Okay, wow. I'm just in the corruption and here's already the hive cyst. So I guess I'll buff and we'll get this started. Oh yeah, I forgot it had so many lives. 100 HP, that's a bit much. Well, you don't want to kill it accidentally too early, so it's understandable. But now it is time for me to fight the brain of the corruption. The brain of not Cthulhu, because Cthulhu already has a brain, and that brain is in the Crimson Biome, so whose brain is this? Now I'm interested in the Calamity mod lore. Whose brain is the hive mind? I mean, I know a little bit about the Calamity mod lore. But nothing really extraordinary. The hive mind has way too much health. I'm dealing like no damage. I could change up my weapon just for a change of weapon. Yeah. Great sentence. And I did not enough damage with my adrenaline and rage. Stop teleporting. Why am I dealing so little damage? No, I'm not dealing little damage, it's just that the thing has way too much health. Maybe I am dealing too little damage. Phase 2 time. I remember this. But why is the phase 2 setting in at 3/4 of its health? Normally phase 2 sets in at like half health or so. But not at 3/4. And it's not the 3/4 have already depleted, no. 3/4 left. Okay, I think I will soon install another mod. Just to make the health bar a bit better. I want to see how many lives my my bosses have left without having to hover over them with my mouse. And there was one mod in the workshop which did something like that, so I will soon be getting another mod. If you have any mod recommendations that I could maybe put into this video mod pack, tell me in the comments. And while you're at it, subscribe! He says in the most annoying voice ever. Okay, did that thing just dash over the entire corruption? Just to get to me? But I currently don't have much to say, because I'm just doing this. It's kinda boring, so maybe I can talk about a few other things. For example, yesterday I went to the cinema and I saw Minions, the Rise of Gru. And I gotta say I liked it. I'm already a big fan of the first one. I just like the sort of stupidity behind the humor. I love it. And even though it had a bit less of the Minion humor and more of the Despicable Me humor, the Minions were pushed a bit into the background, I think. But I still liked the movie. It was fun. And what I liked, something I liked very much was to see some of the characters we'll get to see later in the Despicable Me movies in young, or just pretty much the origin. For example, Dr. Nefario. One was able to see how Gru met Dr. Nefario. And I believe that's something interesting to see. So I enjoyed it. But I don't really think that this movie left very much possibility for a third Minions movie. Because the movie ended in a way that I think they could just do something like 20 years later and then start Despicable Me. Which is kinda sad. I liked both the first Minions movie and Minions: The Rise of Gru. But yeah, that's that. An interesting factor, what I want to say is, even though I am living in Germany, and I am German, I watched the movie in the cinema in the original version, meaning on English. And the cinema was quite empty. Which is to be expected if you go into a German cinema and watch a movie on English. But that was nice, because I like it to watch the movies in empty cinema. There are no talkers except for oneself, probably. Not enough people that you can hear them crunching on their popcorn. And just nice and quiet. And that's just something I like. So it was great that the cinema was so empty. And again, I got a relic. Why do I get the relics? For these goddamn Calamity mod bosses if I'm not even Master Mode. I don't understand. It is stupid. Yay. I can get a little pet. Mini-Mind. It knows everything. What was that? What did you do, Mini-Mind? Stop flying behind me. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and tell me what you did. But now, what can I do with these new materials? Well, one thing I can do is go into the underground. Well, not into the underworld, but... Stop it! Mini-Mind, stop it! You're distracting me! Okay, what is it? What do you want from me? Why? I'll try to not to be distracted anymore by that. But what I could do would be the filthy glove, which I won't because it's until I can get the upgrades. I'm not really interested in it. I could create some rot balls. Such a nice name for a weapon, a rot ball. Would I be able to get a rot ball if I were to put some tomatoes into the sunlight and just let them dry a bit, wait for them until it rot, and if I then were to mush them together and throw them at people, would I be using rot balls? Would I be using this? If I were to hide and throw one of my tomato rot balls onto somebody, I could watch out if some rain falls down. If yes, I have created real life rot balls. And this is a point where people stop watching because I'm talking about way too stupid stuff. But back to the game. In chat I said, we were able to see a certain message. The ground is glittering with cyan light. We can get some good things from that. Because that's arrow spec. Well, area light. Or the armor is called arrow spec. So, as a final thing for this episode, I will go down into the underground, mine some area light, not arrow spec, god. And with that, I will then craft myself some equipment. Because if we were to take a look, there's a lot we can craft with area light. For example, a reskinned Runic Eye, or one of the most fun melee weapons in the game, or at least one form of it. But for now, it's time for me to go down and find some area light. Here we have the first bit, the second bit, and much more. Well, since I just died with way too much gold on my hand, my mining trip comes to an end. And just to tell you what way too much means, I lost 32 gold pieces. That hurts. Okay, and this is apparently also another rogue weapon, one of the consumable ones which I can get. But I don't care about that. I care about these aerolite bars. That are not so many as I thought it would be. But this is something I would have to work for. Not much, but I'd have to work for it. I would probably do it anyways. Aerolite armor, I need clouds, feathers, and clouds, and a sky milk god. Damn. Then there are 3 weapons I can get. And all of them are actually quite good. But for them I also need some other stuff. So that is what I will prepare for the next episode. Until then, because I already told you to subscribe and what to write in the comments, I could also tell you to like. So go ahead and like the video if you liked the video. He says in another way to creepy voice. Good luck finding the next video. I'm out.